And when I go to events and they pay me, I will just collect the money and hand it over to her. Why? Not because I'm just trying to form. That's how I want to build my home. And then the funny thing, on Monday morning, if I'm going out, I will go and meet her. I need Tife. Why? Because I know if I'm the one keeping the money, that's when I will remember that I need to do one suit, do this and do that. You understand? So that's just my way of life. Because I want to build my home. I want my son to stand up that I want to treat my mom, my wife the way my dad used to. You understand? That's the kind of life I want to live.
Okay, one last question. Now, there are people who complain about jokes being recycled. You hear an artist do a song and an artist can do the same song, even do like a throwback song, but people complain about comedians recycling jokes. Now, what do you think of it?
Now, there's something I noticed. You see, first and foremost, Africans, make una take an easy. You will invite somebody to come and sing. For example, Benga Dinuga, the guy he came and said, sha la la la, I've seen you, oh, I see you, I see. This Sunday, the next concert, they invited him, the same song. But when we comedians, when we do comedy today, we want to repeat it, say, we've heard that before. Say another one. Say another one. Fine. We love it. But we want you to realize that you are helping us to work on ourselves. Seriously, there is no way you do comedy that you would want to repeat the same thing somewhere. Not because you don't have what to say, but it's just that at that present stage, that comedy goes along with what is happening at that point in time. For example, I'm invited to a school or to a garden to do comedy, and I did ASU strike issue. And I'm in a youth program. The ASU strike issue can still go on because that's what is on vogue. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's how it is. But what I used to tell people is that, there's a way you start your comedy. There's a trend you take when you see your audience. Your audience determines how you run your flow. Because when I see my audience and I realize that they are my age people, so I can flash them back when we are young. The kind of things we do then. The kind of rhymes we take in schools. We don't go to schools that when you sing, "Thank green bottles standing on the wall, thank green is it not somebody that kept those bottles there?" But me went to school, with my school, with our songs, our rhymes are like, "Ojo ro, shere ninu ile, ma wonu ojo," like, "Okun meran, me, salubosa." You do things like that to keep your audience attentive to the next line you drop. Do you understand? And the other thing I noticed, there is no way you do comedy, your comedy will not drive to someone else's comedy. So when it drives, before you say it, pay respect first before you say it. I was doing comedy in church on Friday, and we're talking about men's program, and my rev was around, was talking to all the men, and as I was about doing comedy, now the comedy pushed me to Gordon's comedy. And before anything, I said, Gordon's used to say this. He said, every problem women is going to in this life, men is around, men is this, menopause, men. Do you understand? So when I said that, number one, I gave him the respect of bringing out the comedy for me to make use of. When he listened to it anyway, he will say, Bashiri, this is good. Do you understand? So I tell people, I even discussed with them, we had a meeting yesterday, for the comedians in Ibadan. I told them, I said, see, come. Whenever you're doing any comedy and you notice the person is the person that, there is no way you know that this is the owner of this comedy. If I have to relay comedy now, and the comedian has to come and do it. If the guy finished it upstage now, if I have to go back on stage and do that same comedy, you will know the owner.
Yes.
So you will know. So whenever you want to do things like that, always show respect.
So there's an association of comedians.
Yeah, we're just starting that up in Ibadan because they're doing it in Lagos, they're doing it in Abuja. So I said, it is wise for us to do it here in Ibadan. Let's know ourselves. So there are sometimes I have events I will not be able to go. I can say, okay, somebody can do it. Do you understand? And the major reason why we are doing that is because we want to know who is who. We want to know the people we can work with. We want to know the kind of people we have in Ibadan. Ibadan is very good. I can say it anywhere. Lagos people will come down, pick Ibadan to come and MC their wedding in Lagos. Not because they can't pay the money, but because they realize that Ibadan, we are still struggling. We want to enter there. So we will drop materials. And they will be very... I did a wedding in Osogbo last year. And the woman was seated in front and I was doing the comedy. I was doing wedding. You know, the wedding was so sweet to an extent that I have few time to do comedy. I was just doing comedy. The woman was laughing. She laughed to an extent that she had to come and sit down. Why is that? This is how you do it every day? I said, mommy, have you met me before? She said, no. Anyway, let's forget it. By next year, I'll be 50. So I want you to come and MC it. And she had to book me that day against next day.
Yeah.
Why? What she saw. You understand? So tell people, you don't have second chance to create first impression.
Okay, we'll let you go soon, but not without a joke. And it's give us just one joke.
Wow, going soon, not without a joke, just a joke. Okay, English is bitter. I used to tell people that English is bitter. How do I mean? When you, for example now, I have to collect this pen from you, and you want to tell me to give her the pen, what would you say? Give her a... If I have to collect it from a guy, what would you say?
Give him his pen.
Why give him his pen? Why not give him pen? Or give us pen. Give we pen. Give them
pen.
That one is right. Them pen. English, seriously, English. I remember when I was in school, you know, I went to a public school that we were expected to speak any language. GS1, come on, you speak Yoruba, speak your native language, Agbo. Then, Nani, Elebijeko, speak your language, sweet, Awusa, Ibira, any language. But you know, the moment we got to SS1, they gave us they announced it, they said, now you are a senior student. No more vernacular, speak in English. If you speak vernacular, you will pay fine, 10 naira. Yoruba that will be speaking since how many years? 3 years, you want to change it overnight? It's not easy. For class, we're just speaking in Yoruba. Our principal realized that art class, they didn't change. She came to our class, she wrote it on her signboard. Speak English always, fine. And she now made me the class captain. Why? Because she had me speak, but not English. It was pidgin. No, I understand pidgin, so I took the pidgin up. I said, hey guy, where you they go? Every time I go to call you, you go, they go, what thing is doing you? When the principal had, I said, wow, nice one, make him the class captain. I became their class captain. So when principal announced it in my class, no more vernacular, speak in English, my sister, everybody in my class became deaf and dumb. Yeah. A friend wanted to collect his friend's biro. Normally, Yamin biro, Yoruba. Now to say it in English, Ashwa, John, biro, me. I say, hey. Now my friend now stood up one day, wanted to go and use himself. To now tell me solid, normally solid, Mufeloto. But to do that in English, you will solid. I'm going to use myself. You understand? So the guy stood up and he walked up to me and said, solid. I said, hey. He said, how you are? Ashwa, he toilet Ashwa, Asu. I said, hey, I don't want to solid. A toilet. The guy paid 10 naira. He said, sorry, but 10 naira only but me there. Mufeloto. I said, shake out your pay. You know.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to continue behind the scene. I'm very sure myself and Joe still.
No problem.
Okay. That's our show this morning. Thanks for joining us. To enjoy the rest of our program on NFTV.
I'm Olajumoke Oladeji. God bless you.
You're still laughing.